What's good? If you're a serious artist and you're looking to perfect your craft and promote your product, viral hip hop news uncensored, the Uncensored Truth podcast have a very great service to provide right here for you at an affordable cost. Get your product in front of millions and millions of views per month right here on all three platforms. Make sure you email me at dlsmediainc1@gmail.com or ogod@hiphopun.com. You'll see both of those emails in the description box. Now, if you're serious about your art, hip-hop, R&B, whatever act you got going on in the music game and you want to promote your product in front of 500,000 subscribers, email us right now. We'll give you a great promotional price. Don't waste your time. Promote your product right now. Let's go.
It's showing in the numbers, but just to talk about real quick on the Uncensored Truth podcast,
yes,
with your brother Ogod, myself, SamAnt. Y'all see the hats right there, the viral hip hop news hats, officially on the market online on eBay and Amazon. Friday, August 10th. Can't wait for that, man. We'll have links in the description box on all three platforms, whatever y'all watching on the Uncensored Truth podcast, man. But let's talk about Dame a little more, right? Because you talked about the Van Lathan conversation. You sent that over to me courtesy of how Hip Hop Motivation, my bad, apologize on that. Shout out to brother Kenyatta Griggs over there doing big things out in the LA area. They had a real dope discussion. Himself, Dame Dash, Kenyatta, myself, Dame Dash, and Van Lathan was a young lady there. I'm not sure what the young lady's name is. I apologize on that. But they were talking about just the boss employee conversation, the conversation that we heard Dame Dash have a number of times. We've seen it on the Breakfast Club. We've seen it here. We just seen him having this boss conversation that it gets a lot of people fired up. Let's talk about that. The boss to employee dynamic. What is your thought and your feelings on what he had to say in comparison to what Van Lathan said? Because Van Lathan is coming from the mindset that he's solidified, his contract is straight, he's making more money than he's ever made before. He's putting himself in the positions that he needs to make with still having his voice to do what he has to do. Dame Dash saying is, you still have a boss. You still have to get up. You still have to answer to somebody to a certain degree. You have the voice that your boss wants you to have. You still don't have the freedom that you could have, that you have the power to have. Where's your stance on that?
Well, first of all, another aspect of that argument, is, what you can make. Now, there's no excuse. Like, all right, Van Lathan, for example, he works for TMZ. They got 2-3 million, subscribers. He could get that on his own. If he worked hard enough, you got people who got that on their own. So the thing is, like, why would you want to, take a piece of the pie when you can have the whole pie? That's another thing Dame Dash is saying. So I can either go and go to a breakfast club and work for them, or I can make my own breakfast club and get all the money off the top, and be the boss of that company and build a legacy, out of your own name, rather than depending on this job where you don't call the shots. You could be fired, you could be laid off. Why not build it for yourself? I mean, that's always been my motto. So that's maybe I'm different, than other people, but that's always been my motto, to do, for self. So, but on the other hand, you have some people, everybody comes at their own pace. Some people may get it later in life. Some people, and it's a reason why. And this is no disrespect to people who got jobs, but when anywhere you go, you got employees, you got supervisors, you got managers, and you got the CEOs. It's a reason why everybody takes, some people are just made to go to the factory and work. There's nothing wrong with that. You need those type of workers. Don't mean you got to treat them wrong or not like that. But then some people are just made to be CEOs. You know what I mean? So the cream of the crop, is going to rise. That's my opinion on that whole dynamic. Definitely.
Dame Dash has a real, just a great ability to kind of put you in a situation that's uncomfortable, because I think every man, when they look themselves in the mirror or they look themselves in the face at night, no one wants to answer to another man. Nobody. When you go to a job, and we've both been more so on the employer side, where I can say I've been in the job system a lot longer than I've been in an entrepreneurial seat. And I damn sure can attest that this seat's way freer, this seat's way better, this seat's way stronger. You feel me? But to be more so on the other end and to be able to attest to it, no man wants to get up and have a dude that can't have as much talent in your fucking pinky nail and that he does in his whole body, telling you when you can leave, when you can go. You got to regulate and ask when you can go on a vacation with your family. If your kid has something going on in school, or has a tournament, or has a game, you got to make sure that you're off because this dude or this woman told you that you can't, or you're not allowed. And then you really look at the wealth and the money that they put you on. It's disgusting. It makes absolutely no sense. It barely gets you by in your family. What man wants to call himself a superhero to his kid when he has to answer to another man. Dame Dash asked them motherfuckers that on the Breakfast Club, and he had Envy hot. That's because when Envy really looks at the situation, it's like, damn, he's right. But when you're financially comfortable, when you have the boss situations like Envy does, and like you said, it's no knock to Envy. But I'm not. Envy's a boss. He's doing his thing. He has the real estate. He has the Breakfast Club, DJing. He's doing his thing. But when you really look at it,
he got to be there at 4 a.m. in the morning.
He could be
Monday
fired.
to Friday. Yeah,
he could be fired. He has to be told when he can't go on vacation tomorrow. He may be able to go on vacation to the best spot, but he can't go when he wants. And I think that's what Dame Dash is ultimately getting to. The shackles aren't off until you say what goes. And every man, I think, wants to be that situation.
He threw another shot at him. I don't know if you heard this at DJ Envy when he said, I saw somebody on the jet, and I seen this picture. Envy was on the jet. It was the iHeartMedia jet. He was like, how can a man be happy? You're on another man's jet. That should say, this person's jet. It should be, SamAnt jet, an old guy's jet, not, iHeartMedia or whatever, jet like that, and I get both sides of it. You said, and it's, but it's just like, at the end of the day, like, you mean to tell me that the Breakfast Club, couldn't do their own thing and get just as much?
You seeing it now. Charlamagne got his own lane. Envy got his own lane. Angela Yee got her own lane. They all got their lanes, and they both are all killing it.
Right.
So how you telling me they don't? If they shut down the Breakfast Club tomorrow and them three said, we're gonna do our own thing, dropped all their links on social media, you think they wouldn't have 5 million people on that network going?
Yeah.
How dangerous is that freedom? But why don't we do it? Because they couldn't even blackball that. He brings up another great point. Leo Cohen is blackballing me. Blackballing me from what? If I own everything and I'm my own boss, what are you blackballing me from?
Right.
I can still distribute my own movies on my own network. I still have my own clothing line with Rachel Roy. I still have food. I still have the dispensary. What are you blackballing me from? People want to talk about Dame and get on this, or pocket watches bread, and we talk about investments, and we talk about money, but in the context of business. We don't give a fuck how much this brother has. I can care less how much he has at the end of the day. But when you really look at it, people like to talk about him, but he's a genius. He's an OG in the game, and he says things in a matter of way where he'll check you, and it's hard to kind of, as a man, stand up to that, especially when you feel as though you're solidified. But every man, I don't care who you are, look yourself in the mirror as the alpha. Look yourself in the mirror as the person that has to provide. Not that the woman is not just as equally as strong as the provider. You see the women hunting for the food. They're the absolute strongest. They're the lioness of the group. But the man looks at himself as the person that has to provide.
Right.
They have to figure out the way. It's in every man's natural DNA to do so. So no man wants to go to another man and go, can I leave? Can I do this? Can I do that? Can I go on vacation? No, they want to be their own boss.
Right.
And I think that's all Dame Dash tries to get to. I think that's all what we strive to. But that's a hard look in the fucking mirror.
And it ain't an easy road either.
At all.
What I mean? A lot of people think that it's easy to go get up and go to work, and be told what to do and get given a schedule and you got to be here. But to get up and motivate yourself and to go out and make things happen when nobody's there to tell you, because remember, all our life we kind of been told, where to go. You got to do this. You got to brush your teeth. You got to go to church. You got to do this. When you get to a world where you can do whatever you want, it's just like you got to be really disciplined, in your approach, every day to make sure, that things actually, get done. And a lot of times and another thing is you're not going to have people that really understand you too much. That's why it's good that me and you can build and stuff. We're going through a lot of the same things together, because you can't talk about, the CEO struggle, per se with your girl or this person. They got a whole different conversation. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely.
It's crazy, because I remember that day that Breakfast Club interview. You might even threw me the link, and I remember him saying, like, how can you look yourself in the face and your kid's face and see yourself as a superhero when you have to have a boss? And that was right on the heels of me having to go to work. I had to throw on my suit, my fucking name tag, go out there and talk to these folk at these bars and various clubs, and it made me sick to my stomach, because I knew what he said was right. And I wasn't where I wanted to go. I knew that instinctively and in my soul, this wasn't where I belonged. That seat wasn't for me. But I had to fight my way out. I had to grind. You have to grind. You have to grow. You have to grow. You have to have sleepless nights. You have to have times where you struggle, times where you fight. You're going to get knocked down. Like we alluded to in our post-production meeting, there is no one in business who is undefeated. You're going to lose.
But first, you had to take the leap of faith, though. Before you got to all that, remember?
And still
because you was like, even with the Van Lathan, remember, they were saying not to cut you off. I'll get right back to you in a second. They were saying you got to just jump and do it. You're never going to feel really comfortable to do it. It's just like you had to say, you know what? Fuck this job. You know what I mean? But go ahead, man.
I had to do it. And that's a great piggyback, because I had this computer sitting right here, during times in my job, and you got the coworkers around you laughing and doing all this because this is a pipe dream. I've been in music for this many amount of years. Nothing's went down. No financial stability came from that. I'm still sitting in this F-ass job. You feel, but now the computer's coming through. This is the next big thing. But I'm walking in faith, like you said. Nothing mattered what was going on around me. Right. Everything mattered what was right in front of me. And it was people like that Dame Dash conversation, that punch in the mouth, that had you respond as opposed to laying there and curdling up or trying to make an excuse as to why you're not doing it. Right. It was watching you go through your struggle and going through your rise and your journey as a businessman, as a CEO, being so closely related as we are. Right. Just you know what I mean? Being able to go through that and have the motivation, and then being able to go and just say, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to jump off the cliff and I'm gonna be cool. Yeah. And through business, we all fall. We fall every day. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? We have rises and we have falls, but you got to have that faith and knowing that don't matter what's going on around you. All that matters is what's in front of you. And a lot of people, I mean, it's not easy, man. I ain't mad at anybody who don't do it, but this is my only life. I kind of, in a certain way, I love being with my back against the wall. You know what I mean? Having pressure on you and having to respond for your family. I think every man, you know what I mean? They enjoy that. They love the challenge. So it is what it is. Man.
But we're gonna be doing much more of this. Actually, we're gonna launch a mentorship program real soon. People looking to build. Got the viral hats.
Yeah, man, we got the viral hats coming. They should be on sale tomorrow. Amazon.com viral hip hop news, and also eBay.com viral hip hop news. We are starting to sell promotional packaging. We told you guys that it was coming. You can email me at DLSmedia Inc. 1. That's DLSMEDIAINC1 at gmail.com, or you can reach my brother OGod at OGod. Where can they hit you at on your handle, man?
OGod at hiphopun.com. OGod at hiphopun.com.
Prices and services are now in effect. If you want to get on one platform, 120,000, we got a price for that. We also have up to 500,000 subscribers. If you want your music promoted, if you want your links in the description boxes of over 10 to 15 million, 20 million views every month, lock in right here to the Uncensored True Podcast, Viral Hip Hop News Uncensored. Hit the emails. We'll give you the information. If you're serious about your craft,
very affordable.
Definitely hit us up. It's very affordable. I agree.
Yeah, hit us up. And if you want to, invest, it's only for the investors, because a lot of people don't want to invest in themselves. You want to invest in yourself. This is a good investment. And a lot of people, the reason why we're doing it, because a lot of people have been asking us, we want to go on the platform, but we got to make it right because YouTube has different laws and stuff like that. So we just want to make sure everything is going to be done right. So definitely, hit him up on his email. We'll leave both links and hit me up, and we'll definitely get you set up.
So you and him walking in the rain, baby. You were holding hands, and I will never be the same.
Alana, what's up, girl? Hey, come take this ride with me. Yeah, shut the door, shut the door. What's up, baby? How you been? You still looking good? Holding everything in place.
October 26th, it is going down. Gangsta Conversation, the comedy album from none other than T to the motherfucking K, TK Kirkland. Going down. Make sure you pre-order your album right here on iTunes. Link in the description box right now. Gangsta Conversation, T to the motherfucking K. Get yours right now. And make sure you stay tuned for the head single on that album, Walking in the Rain, sponsored by TK Kirkland. Get yours right now.
Holding everything in place like we